Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Erica and today's video is going to be all about summer snacks. I am excited to share with you 5 gluten-free summer snacks that I have put together in this video. So make sure to stay to the end so that you can let me know what your favorite snack was. Today's video is a collaboration with the beautiful Morgan from Living with Morgan. I met Morgan over on Instagram. First time that I saw Morgan, I told her, "You look like Meghan Markle." She completely reminds me of Meghan Markle, just the way she talks and carries herself. She is just fantastic. She has a really bubbly personality. She just sends off those positive vibes, and I really was drawn to her immediately because of that. Morgan is a full-time microbiologist. She is also a mommy to 1 boy, and she's a YouTuber. She posts videos 3 times a week, and anyone that's a YouTuber knows that posting 3 times a week and having a full-time job is just amazing. So this girl does it all. You definitely want to check her channel out. She does videos on motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning motivation, and she also does these amazing card chats. So definitely check Morgan out. I promise you will love her. She is just amazing. And if you are coming over from Morgan's channel, I really hope that you decide to stick around. Leave me a comment and let me know that you're coming from her channel. I'd really like to get to know you. First snack that I'm going to share with you is something that we have been loving to make in our house, and this is mousse, just mousse in general, but today I will be making a strawberry mousse. If you have never made mousse, you will be surprised at just how simple this recipe is. The first thing I'm going to do is remove all the stems from my strawberries. I have already washed them. Once all of my stems are removed, I am then going to measure out about 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. First learned about this recipe over on Instagram from one of my friends named Excel. She posted this over on her Instagram stories and I just had to try it. I'm also going to be adding 2 tablespoons of sugar. I will then pour this into my NutriBullet cup. I will be using the NutriBullet to get this all mixed up. It's really easy to use and it only takes a matter of seconds before your mousse is done. And that is it. This is how simple it is to make mousse. I'm scooping it out into some little bowls and I'm going to serve this to my kids. I'm also going to garnish it with peppermint, and this is peppermint from my own peppermint plant outside of my house, and also some strawberries. This is so simple, so refreshing, and just perfect for summer. My next summer snack is inspired by my son. He loves sushi, and I'm really trying hard to give him foods that are gluten-free. He does have a gluten intolerance, and so he is the motivation behind me getting creative to make this dish. I'm going to make sushi bites. So I cut up different veggies that I would want to see on my sushi roll. Kept it pretty simple. I just looked for whatever it was I had in my fridge, and that is what I used. Here are all of my vegetables diced up. I have cucumber, jalapeno, avocado, and cilantro. All of your vegetables are cut. You move on to your seaweed. What I'm going to do with the seaweed is I'm going to cut it into little squares because on these little squares is where my rice will rest. For my protein, I decided to use shrimp. I was going to use crab, but it was frozen in the freezer, so I felt like shrimp was my next best option. I am going to cut it up into smaller pieces just because these are bites and they're not very big, so I wanted to make sure that it fit on top of my rice. Did make my rice in my Instant Pot. It took 8 minutes and it came out really good. What I like about making rice in the Instant Pot is that it does come out a little sticky, which is perfect for sushi. It's now time to assemble my sushi bites. So what I'm going to use is a cookie scoop, and I'm going to scoop rice onto the seaweed. Once the rice is on the seaweed, then I will go ahead and add whatever toppings I want from all the veggies that I cut up. And it's that simple. That is how you make a sushi bite. When you put it into your mouth, it tastes just the same, just like sushi. It's just a little easier because rolling a sushi roll when you are not professional is definitely not easy. The next snack idea is something that kids will absolutely love. I can't say that I don't like them too, I do. And they are cheese pizza crisps. I like to use my griddle to fry the cheese. It's so easy to use. All you do is put a handful of cheese onto the griddle and the griddle will do the rest. Just leave the cheese on there for about 2 to 3 minutes. You will see that it gets a little brown around the edges, and that's when you know it's time to come off. What I'm going to do is add pepperoni to my cheese while it's cooking, and I showed you 2 different ways that you can add the pepperoni. You can cut it up into slices, or you can just put it on whole, whichever you prefer. I am now going to remove the crisp from the griddle. Please keep in mind that you do have to let it air dry for just a little bit before it becomes crisp. I am serving this with a side of homemade marinara that I cooked up this morning. And I'm also giving you 2 options of how you can make these crisps. You can roll them as shown here in the picture, or you can serve them flat, whichever you prefer. I do make cheese crisps for my family. However, I had never put pepperoni on them, so my daughter's reaction is just priceless because she absolutely loved them. So this is a perfect summer snack. It's gluten-free and it's also a low-carb snack. I always like to share a drink idea with you, and this is something that we have been drinking for a while now. My daughter loves Italian cream sodas, and she is the inspiration behind me sharing this with you today. My husband is the one that normally spoils her with these drinks, so I am going to recreate that drink with you today. They are actually really simple to make. You will just need a glass with a lot of ice and sparkling water. You can use a flavored syrup of your choice, and we are going to use coconut. I'm going to add 2 ounces of the syrup to the sparkling water. After that, I will be adding about 2 ounces of half and half as well. You want to give that a good stir, and then you top it with whipped cream. And I was very generous with the whipped cream just because I wanted it to look fancy. So to achieve the look that I was looking for, I added about 6 spoons of whipped cream, and I honestly do not regret it. The next snack that I'm going to make is really different. It's something that we've actually never tried until this day, and that is cactus fries. There is a story behind this snack. My son and I were watching a show on Netflix one night, and one of the featured appetizers was cactus fries. We were definitely intrigued to taste them, and I ended up finding cactus at the 99-cent store. We do live in Arizona, so I don't know if that's something that's normal in your 99-cent stores, so I decided to make this dish myself. I'm going to use 2 eggs, and gluten-free breadcrumbs. Again, I'm trying to feed my son gluten-free, and that is why I chose the gluten-free breadcrumbs. I will be seasoning my breadcrumbs with Mrs. Dash Italian seasoning and seasoned salt. Definitely use whatever your favorite seasonings are to flavor your breadcrumbs. Next, I will be dipping my cactus into my egg mixture and then into the breadcrumbs to coat them as evenly as possible. Once I have a few coated, I will then place them in my frying pan and let them fry for a few minutes on each side. And this is what the final result looks like. I will be pairing this with our favorite brand of ranch dressing, and my daughter is already eagerly awaiting to taste them behind the camera. She really did love them. She said the taste of them was similar to zucchini fries, and she is absolutely right on with that taste description. I will definitely be making these again, but next time I will be making them in the oven because they do come out a bit more crispier when you bake them in the oven. My final snack is the perfect snack for a hot summer day, and Disneyland is the inspiration behind this snack, and it is the Dole Whip. In the midst of the pandemic, Disneyland released their recipe a few months back, and I am making it today. It is a really simple recipe. It calls for pineapple juice, frozen pineapple, and vanilla ice cream. It is that simple. I am making it in my food processor. I don't have a blender, so definitely if you have a blender, just put it into your blender. Mix it up, and that is all you have to do. It is refreshing, it is delicious, and my kids loved it. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. It was really fun putting this together for you. My kids really enjoyed it as well. Let me know down in the comments which snack was your favorite. Also, if you ever recreate any of these, let me know over on Instagram. I'd love to see your recreations of these snacks. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.